The Ahsoka series just introduced the character of Grand Admiral Thrawn to many fans for the first time. Although he's appeared in animation, comics, novels, and even Star Wars Legends, this is the character's first time appearing in live action, now played by Lars Mikkelsen. The character will serve the role of the big bad of the Mandoverse, as he returns to the known galaxy after being sent to the unknown regions by Ezra Bridger and the Purrgil above Lothal. For those who aren't familiar with the popular animated character from Star Wars Rebels, here's everything you need to know about the character going into the rest of the Ahsoka series. Mithran Urodo, born as Kivuraranuro, with the core name Vuran, recognized in his early military career as Mithran Uru, and better known for his core name Thrawn, was a Chiss male officer of the Chiss Ascendancy and Grand Admiral in the Imperial Navy during the Age of the Galactic Republic. An alien Imperial officer with striking blue skin, red eyes, and an angular face, Thrawn was well known as a brilliant and ruthless strategist. He believed that in order to achieve victory in war, one must know their enemy. As such, he dedicated himself to understanding the philosophy, art, and culture of his opponents, which included the Twi'leks of Ryloth and the warriors of Mandalore. When Governor Arinda Price requested a strong commander capable of defeating the rebels on Lothal, Grand Admiral Thrawn accepted the challenge, intending to dismantle the rebellion one piece at a time. Before joining the Imperial military, Thrawn served with the expansionary defense fleet of the Chiss Ascendancy. A native of the planet Rentor, located in the unknown regions of the galaxy, Thrawn served in the Ascendancy military with both valor and controversy. Patriarchs Thurikai and Leomov, leaders of the Chiss, Myth, and Stibla families respectively, worked with General Bakheef, founder of the expansionary fleet, to adopt Thrawn into the Myth family and guide his career and training in the fleet. Thurikai, Leomov, and Bakheef also worked together to guide Thrawn into a close friendship with Thras, a Chiss man whose political talents complemented Thrawn's analytical and strategic skills in warfare. Thrawn, who did not form friendships easily, grew close to Thras, and in time the two came to regard each other as brothers. Thrawn went on to lead anti-piracy operations against a group of pirates known as the Vagari, which saw the tragic death of Thrawn's brother, Thras. Near the end of the Clone Wars, in around 19 BBY, the warlike Gurisk hegemony began a plot to destroy the Chiss Ascendancy. First, they groomed and trained a Nakardian general named Yiv, who ruled the Nakardian destiny, an expansionist empire in the unknown regions. The Gurisk agent Jixtus sent Yiv to conquer or intimidate the nations neighboring the Ascendancy to encircle the Chiss, who could not launch attacks anymore on anyone who had not directly attacked the Ascendancy. Thrawn left his native unknown regions and traveled to known space to search for allies against Yiv. There he encountered the Jedi Knight Anakin Skywalker during the Clone Wars, and fought alongside Skywalker during a mission to Mikojivi. Shortly thereafter, Thrawn was instrumental in defeating Yiv's fleet, leading to the demise of the Nakardian destiny. Following Yiv's defeat, Jixtus dispatched a group of telepathic Agbui species to manipulate Chiss officials of three of the Ascendancy's great families into starting a civil war in the Ascendancy. Thrawn was instrumental in defusing the Agbui plot above the planet Hoxum. After the Agbui's failure to instigate a civil war in the Ascendancy, Jixtus enlisted the service of the Kajili Illumine to undermine the Ascendancy from within and close nations to the southeast of the Ascendancy from Chiss refugees who would survive the war he hoped to foment. Aware of the Gurisk Armada's superior firepower to the Chiss expansionary defense fleet, Thrawn and his friends arranged for several allied nations to unite and defeat Jixtus's fleet in a climactic battle over Sunrise, known as Senior Captain Thrawn's Last Stand. Following the Galactic Republic's reorganization into the Galactic Empire, Thrawn offered his allegiance to Emperor Palpatine, having deemed an alliance with the new regime beneficial to his people. With the help of Cadet Eli Vanto, Thrawn assimilated into galactic society, becoming fluent in Galactic Basic, Standard, and ultimately graduating from the Royal Imperial Academy on Coruscant. His career in the Navy was highly successful. After a series of promotions, he received the rank of Grand Admiral from the Emperor himself. At the height of his career, Grand Admiral Thrawn served as a commanding officer of the 7th Fleet, the flagship of which was the Imperial-class Star Destroyer Chimera. Deployed to the Lothal sector a few years after the start of the Civil War, Thrawn sought to defeat the rebels led by Captain Hera Syndulla. During his leadership of the 7th Fleet, Thrawn proposed and staunchly advocated for a new starfighter bomber, the TIE Defender, which was to be initially manufactured on Lothal before being mass-produced throughout the galaxy. Following the Battle of Atollon, the Emperor summoned Thrawn to his palace to undertake a mission with the Emperor's Sith apprentice, Darth Vader, whom Thrawn once knew as Jedi Anakin Skywalker. Palpatine considered Thrawn and Vader his two most useful servants, and believed his mission would require the unique talents and knowledge of both men. In the ensuing mission, Thrawn's fleet worked with Vader's First Legion, and ultimately rescued several Force-sensitive Chiss girls held captive by the warlike Grisk species. Soon thereafter, Thrawn took on a mission to defend the supply line of Project Stardust from apparent losses to electronic-eating Gralux. The true culprits of the losses were the treasonous Grand Admiral Bellani Savit, and separately, a force of Grisks seeking to conquer Imperial space and perhaps control the Death Star. After exposing Savit's treason and defeating the Grisk force, Thrawn resumed his task of eliminating Syndulla's rebel cell on Lothal. Syndulla's rebels confronted Thrawn's forces with the intention of liberating Lothal once and for all. During the battle, a flock of Purrgil came to the aid of Jedi Padawan Ezra Bridger and inflicted heavy damage on the 7th Fleet. Thrawn was on the bridge of his command ship when the creatures surrounded the Chimera and pulled it into hyperspace, taking both Thrawn and Bridger into the great unknown. In the years following Thrawn's disappearance, the Emperor and Vader were killed at the Battle of Endor. The Empire was decisively beaten at the Battle of Jakku, and the alliance to restore the Republic was reorganized into the New Republic. In spite of Thrawn's vanishing years prior, former Jedi Ahsoka Tano went searching for Thrawn in 9 ABY, which led her to face Thrawn's protege, Morgan Elsbeth. Even in his absence, Thrawn's talents benefited the New Order. His knowledge of the unknown regions proved essential to Imperial remnants that retreated from the known galaxy, helping them survive in unexplored space where they eventually formed the First Order, a major part of Emperor Palpatine's contingency plan. What have you thought of the Ahsoka series so far? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to like the video and subscribe for coverage of Ahsoka as a new episode premieres every week. And remember to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Thank you all for watching, and remember, the Force will be with you. Always.